sweetheart. I mean, there's a lot of that going around.
Everybody's sick. So
There are so many people sick. All right. I want to do this one backwards. So we're going to practice test 2, but we're going to start at the end and work up because we have done a ton of the verse problems and we haven't done so much of these word problems. I want to make sure we have time to get these in today. So go to practice test 2 and then go to the back page, so it would be number 8, and we're just going to go in reverse order. All right, so this is not a hard thing. So we'll practice test 2, and we're starting with problem 8. Let me see, I've got some stuff for people who have been absent. So here I got one for Izzy, got one for Maddie, and this is Jackson. All right. Okay. Now I'm handing everything out. And before I forget, I had these cookies made for Monday to celebrate Elliot's wrestling accomplishments. And I did not hand them out, so hopefully they're still okay. I mean, they don't spoil. I just hope they're not like dried out or something. Get them in a container. Okay, so congratulations. All the wrestlers are going on to the next level, right, Elliot?
Yeah.
Everybody, which is quite an amazing feat.
Yeah.
So go wrestle. Okay, number 8. Oh wait, Garrett's back there too. Garrett's here today. He's a wrestler too.
Yeah.
All right, Garrett's going on too. All right. Which holds more? A cylindrical tank. Guys, we don't have time. We're not going to get through it. Test is Monday regardless. A cylindrical tank with a radius of 16 inches and a height of 12 inches, or a conical tank with a radius of 12 and a height of 16. Now, this time the units match. Remember the one we did yesterday? The units didn't match, so we had to, make them match. But here we got everything in inches. So you got to decide which holds more, and you have to let your work will be the evidence. So if you just guess, if you just say cylinder, even if that's right, you get 0 credit. You have to show your work. So what does that work look like? If I want to know how much this holds, I need to find its volume. And the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. And I can just take out my calculator and type pi times 16 squared times 12. And I got 9650.97. What about you?
Yeah.
And that would be cubic inches. All right. Now, what about the cone? What is the volume of a cone? 1/3 pi r squared times height. So now I'll just type that in. This is not a hard problem. 1 divided by 3 times pi times 12 squared times 16. Oh my, not even close. I got 2412.74. Is that right? So the answer to the question is, which one holds more? The cylinder. And this is the work that you show. Got your note card, type it in, that's it. Now, don't blindly copy down what I wrote. Type it in, make sure you're getting the idea here. Okay? 7. Find the volume of an ice cream cone. And I gotta be careful here. I think I messed this up the other day. This is an ice cream cone. So I need to do actually 2 volumes now, right? I need the volume of the cone, and then I need the volume of that half sphere. Hemisphere, half sphere. Would you agree? Now it says the radius is 3 inches.
Where are you at?
I'm on number 7.
The very last page.
And the height of the cone is 5. And I'm going to round this to the nearest hundred. So, we just did the volume of a cone. So this one will be 1/3 pi r squared h. So that will be the volume of my cone, the cone part. 1 divided by 3 times pi times 9 times 5. So 47.12. That's my cone. Now how do I do the half sphere? Half of the sphere formula, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. Oh, and r is 3, so that's going to be 3 cubed. All right, so here we go. I'll type that in. So 1/2 times 4 divided by 3 times pi times 3 cubed, or 27. And I got 56.55. And then, to get the answer to the question, what? Atom. So, what are the units on this? Inches. So I got 100, did I add right? I got 103.67 cubic inches. Okay. Number 6. Now we gotta draw our picture. So we got a plane starting somewhere, starting right here, that's where he's starting. And he flies due north at a speed of 300 kilometers per hour for 2 hours. So how long is that? 600. 300, it's like 300 miles an hour for 2 hours. So it'll be 600. All right, then he changes course, so I'm gonna put my compass point right here. Now he's right here. This is where the plane is right now. And he's gonna fly off on a course of 42 degrees. Remember, in navigation land, this is how we label. So 42 would be off here, 42 degrees. For 3 more hours, well, my scale's not going to be right, I'm out of room, but that's 3 hours worth. So how long is that one going to be? He's same speed for 3 hours. That's going to be 900. And again, no one's grading your picture, so it doesn't matter, but that obviously should be a little longer. And now he's here. How far is he from the airport? So we want to find this distance right here. Law of cosines. Law of cosines. Remember, if you are trying to find a length or an angle, you're going to use law of sines or law of cosines. Not area, not volume, law of sines or cosines. So, oh, wait a minute. I'm missing something. I'm missing this angle, but can I figure out how big it is? 180 minus 42, 138, right? So this is a cosine, so out here it's gonna say cosine 138. And over here it's gonna say what? X squared. And then in the middle, it's gonna be some 600s and some 900s. This is an easy law of cosines problem. They're not all this easy, but this one's easy. Just type it in. You read my mind, Sean. You just type it in. If you want to write down every step, you certainly can, but there's really no benefit to that. You're going to get a huge number, by the way. Don't forget to square root it. Yep. 1404.49. And that would be kilometers. Remember? These were kilometers. Sent me comments.
Oh, really?
Not sure about that, but whatever. Okay. My rectangular box is full of sand. If the dimensions of the box are 10 by 3 by 4, and sand sells for $1.50 per cubic foot, how much money can I make by selling all of my sand? All right, so I got a box full of sand. I'm going to sell it for $1.50 a cubic foot. So what do I need to figure out first? The volume of the sand. How much sand do I have? So it's a rectangular box. So how do I find the volume of a rectangular box? Length times width times height. So 10 times 3 times 4. That's going to be my volume. And that works out to be, what? 120? And that'll be 120 cubic feet, right? Now, every cubic foot, so I have 120 pieces of sand. Every piece is worth $1.50. So how do I figure out my profit?
1.5 times.
My income is going to be 120 times $1.50. Every foot is worth $1.50. I have 120 feet. So I'm going to make $180 on my sand. Okay, still going backwards now. We're ready for number 4. The second word of the sentence is sector. So I'm going to draw a sector. You do not have to draw a picture. So if it doesn't help you, you don't have to do it, but I draw everything. It helps me. A sector of a circle has a radius of 5. If its area is 10 pi, put a pi in there, the area is 10 pi. Find the measure of the central angle to the nearest 100. We can do this. The minute you see area and sector, what pops into your head? Angle over 360 times pi r squared equals 10 pi? Is that right? So we could divide both sides by pi for sure. Anytime everything's got a pi, you can get rid of them. So now we have x over 360 times 25 equal to 10. All right, so what do you want to do now? Divide by 25, that'll work. Now you may do this a different way, and that's okay. I need you, oh shit, I didn't want to erase that. I need you to I need you to do whatever makes sense to you. So I'm going to divide by 25. So x over 360 equals 0.4. I think if you divide that, you get 0.4. And now we'll multiply by 360. So what is it? 144. Is that right?
Yes.
So the angle is 144 degrees. Now, again, you may have done that in many different steps, and it's okay as long as you're getting 144 as your answer. That's what we have to do.
Is there a way to check that answer? Plugging that in should get you.
144 over 360 times 25 pi should give you 10 pi. Okay, now we have the three-part problem that involves a field. I'll just randomly call these A, B, and C. And we have 170, 195, and 210. Problem A. Find the largest interior angle. So we're going to find the largest interior angle. So we got to figure out which one that will be. And the way I have labeled it, it's B, because it's across from the 210. Remember that conversation we had yesterday? We were looking for the smallest one last time, but now we're looking for the biggest one. All right, we're finding an angle. To find an angle, we use law signs or cosines. So this is going to be cosines. And since it's B I want, I'm going to cosine B out here. That's bad news. That means I'm going to have to, this is a little harder to type in. So if cosine B is out there, then 210 is here, squared. That's the angle I'm looking for. Gotta have the biggest angle. The way I have it labeled, that would be B. I could find any angle I wanted, but that's the one I want. Alright, so here we go. 210 squared. Squared. 195 squared. These numbers are big. Then I'll multiply 2 times 170 times 195. 66300. What do you think? Now again, once you write this step down, I don't care how many steps it takes you after that. This step has to be written down because I got to see what you're doing. But then after that, some of you do this in fewer steps, some of you write down even more. Write down whatever you need to do. You want to get the right answer. This is where, if we're going to make a mistake, there's 2 places. One of the places is right here. Do not subtract these 2 numbers. Instead, you subtract this one this way, right? So 44100 minus 66925. So I have negative 22825 equal to negative 66300. Cosine? Now what do? Divide. So cosine B equals 22825 over 66300. So now I have to second cosine. that number. I got 69.86. Anybody else get that? Not yet?
That's what I got.
Now that is part A. Part A just asks for one thing. Find the largest angle. Mikey,
Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry.
you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, part A says, find the largest angle. Got it. So part B says, find the area. So you got some choices here. What are our choices to find the area? We could do 1/2 side, side, sine. Or we could do Hero's formula, the radical one. Personally, I think it's easier to do 1/2 side, side, sine, but it doesn't matter. If you like Hero, you can use it on this one because you know all 3 sides. Oh, what am I doing? Got Hero's formula, 1/2 side, side, sine, 69.86. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so what does that give me? 1/2 times 170 times 195 times sine 69.86. Did you get 15,561.51 square meters? Now, what's this? This number right here is the area of the field, right? This is how many square meters you have. The next problem says every one of those square meters is worth $15.50. You have this many, they're worth $15.50 each. So how are you going to find your value? You're going to multiply. So you're going to take this number right here times 1550. So 15,561.51 times 1550, and I got
What'd you get?
$241,203.41. Macy? Huh? Why? Stop and think, Macy, if you had 2 cookies and you were going to sell them for $3 each, how much money would you make? 2 times 3. I have this many cookies, I'm selling them for this much each, I'm multiplying. Shepherds?
I used your formula, $4 off.
Yep, and that's perfectly okay, and actually you're more accurate because you didn't have this roundout there here. So as long as you see, on their papers, I'm gonna see this, on your paper, I'm gonna see something different. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So that takes care of that problem now. Was a problem like that on the other practice test? Yes, kids, this is what's on your test, right? So you gotta make sure you know what's going on. All right, let's do our areas. We can do these from the top down. So let's start with A. We're doing problem 2A now. So we've got this triangle, and we want to find the area. So what's our strategy? We want to find the area. Well, we don't multiply all the sides, we add them. We find the perimeter. So the perimeter would be what? 22, which means the semi-perimeter is 11. So in your formula, that's 11. Starts with 11. And then we do 11 minus each side. So 11 minus 6, 11 minus 9, 11 minus 7. Palmer, I need to get your head up. If you're sick, you can go to the nurse, but otherwise I need your head up, okay? Is everybody here today?
Ashley's not here.
Ashley's not here. Jackie. She's not here either, is she? All right, so what did we get? Does this say exact? Yeah, so it says exact. So here are your choices. You can multiply all that together and get the square root of this big number, but you have to break it down. You have to reduce your radical. I am just going to say, look, it's already broken down for me. So I have an 11, a 5, a 2, and 2 more 2's. So I can pull out a 2, and I have left 110. So that, with a unit, is my exact answer. Huh?
Can you please break it down again?
It's already broken down. There's 11, 5, 2, 2, and 2.
Took out 2.
Sure, there's 2 2's. That's how we reduce radicals, right? Yeah, nothing new there. You know how to do that. Okay. Now we have a parallelogram. Now, remember, this is a parallelogram. So if that's 12, what's this?
12. And if that's 8, that's 8.
Exactly. And our strategy is to divide this into triangles.
Wait,
They
so
do
we have
that. You do the side,
just do sides on sides.
side, side,
Yes.
side. Yeah, that's
We have the formula.
If you have a formula for a parallelogram on your paper, that is great. I want you to get in the habit of recognizing you're splitting into triangles, because we're going to get one you don't have a formula for here in a minute. So it doesn't matter. The area of the triangle is 1/2 8 times 12 times sine 63. So the area of the parallelogram will just be 2 of those. So it doesn't have the half in front. Right? So nothing, no big deal here. No need to be all stewed up. Your answer is 85. The final answer is 85.54 square. So if you're doing the triangle formula, make sure you pick it times 2, because you want the whole parallelogram, which is 2 of the triangles. All right, here we go. Now we've got one of these where we're finding the area that's shaded. And this is what we know. So what is our strategy now? We're going to have to do a couple of steps here. Find the area of the sector. Now the sector, remember, is this whole piece of pie, right? The purple is the sector. And the formula for the area of a sector is 114 over 360 times pi r squared, 225 pi?
Yes, that's what I got.
Pi r squared. So I'm doing this decimally, so I'll just type it in. 114 divided by 360 times 225 times pi. And and I got 223.84. Now, is that the answer to the question? No. That is the whole purple thing. So what do we got to do now? What do we have to do now? We've got to find the area of the triangle. So how do we find the area of the triangle?
Well, if that's 15, then the other one's 15.
Exactly, Sean, thank you. This is the radii, so that's 15. So 1/2, 15 times 15 times sine 114. I'm taking Solomon's word for it, 102.77.
Yeah.
That is not the answer to the question. Now to find the black, we're going to take purple minus green. So our final answer, all right, I'll just take your word for it. What did you say, Solomon? 0.7, and that would be square meters. Everybody got a strategy for that one?
Yeah.
All right, now we've got this one.
You said that you wanted to.
All right, so we need to find the area of this quadrilateral.
Divided into two parts.
Okay?
Actually,
You have no formula for this. That is some weird shape. You don't even know what it is, doesn't even have a name. We need to find its area. So, what are we gonna do?
Well, you know, 4 squared.
We gotta divide it into triangles. The problem is doable drawing either diagonal. So this would be one diagonal and this would be the other diagonal. I like to preserve the right angle, whoops, I missed, if I can, making a right triangle, because I can do special things with right triangles that I can't do with other triangles. Can I find the area of triangle 1?
yes.
What will the area of triangle 1 be? 1/2, 4 times 10, which is 20. Now, those of you that did 1/2, 4, 10, sine 90, perfect, it's still 20, okay? So either way, you can do side, side, sine, or you can just do base times height. Doesn't matter, the answer is 20, the area of that triangle is 20. So now we're gonna focus all of our energy on triangle 2. Okay? Do I know anything about triangle 2?
Yes.
I know that side's 12.
Yeah, the other side across the square, 160.
Oh, I can do this one?
Yeah.
So that'll be the square root of 116. Let's leave it as a radical. Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem, right triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Wouldn't it be awesome if I knew what this was? Because then I could do 1/2, this, sine that.
Yeah.
Now remember that 54 is the whole angle.
Subtract.
So what do I, that whole thing's 54. So what do I need to find?
The area of the angle.
This guy right here. I'm gonna find him, subtract him from 54 and get the purple, and then I'm home free. All right, so let me call this X. How are we going to find angle X? And what will the law of sines look like? Sine 90 over square root of 116 equals sine x over 4.
Yeah.
Remember, you can always take your note card and cover up. If having all that extra part of the picture is bothering you, use your note card, cover it up, and just look at the little triangle that you've got right here. That's the one I'm working on. Sine 90 is to root 116, as sine x is to 4. So now I'll cross multiply. And divide by the square root of 116. But how do I type that into my calculator? Second sign. It doesn't say x equals, it says sine x equals. So you're gonna have to second sign, I'm not sure what that is. Second sign 4 sine 90 close parentheses divided by the square root of 116 equals. I got 21.80. Mamuna got that too. What did I do that for? What am I going to do now? Subtract it from not 180. I'm going to subtract it from 54 to get my purple angle.
Yes.
Right? So 54 minus 21.8. This purple angle is 32.2. Now do I have enough to find my area of that triangle? Again,
Yes.
cover up the bottom one. Do I have what I need now? Yep. So the area is 1/2 root 116 times 12 times sine 32.2. 1/2 plus the square root of 116 close parentheses times 12 times sine 32.2. 34.44. Well, I'm not done yet. We've done all that, huge amount of work. Gotta add them. That's right. Don't forget you gotta add them. And then we'll put a unit on it, square feet, and that is our final answer. It's a lot. That problem is huge. It's on your test.
How many points is that wrong?
Somewhere between 0 and 100, Tex.
You have to be kidding.
All right. One more on this page, and then we'll get that last page, and maybe we'll get it done. Here we go. All right, we want to find the area of the shaded. Oh, this is easy. The shaded is just a sector, so that would be 132 over 360 times pi r squared. Now this one does say exact, so I can go ahead and do 132 divided by 360 times 169, and then hit my math button, and I get 1859 over 30 pi inches squared. Or I can multiply and reduce by hand, it's fine, either way. Okay, we're getting close. We have 9 more minutes. Now, on the test, there aren't both of these triangles. There is only one solve the triangle. So we'll go ahead and do both of these, but on the test, you will only have one or the other. Okay, so let's look at number 1A. 1A says solve the triangle. So for this particular problem, that means we have to find all of the angles, right? Laura, what are you doing? I need your focus. All right, here we go. How am I going to find the angles?
You have to do all of them.
You want to be next, Marco? Okay.
Can we do a heroes?
Well, what would heroes formula do for me? Could I do heroes formula? Yes, but it would find the area, and that isn't what I'm trying to do. So law of cosines would find an angle for me. Okay, so just kind of practice this. Let's find the medium angle. Which one will be the medium angle? S. Why will S be the medium angle? Because 11 is the medium side, right? Now, when you're taking your test, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to practice a little bit. Find an angle. If we say we're going to find S, then out here goes cosine S. And what goes over here? 11 squared. And then 10 squared plus 15 squared minus 2, 10, 15 cosine S. So 121, 100, 225, and 300. So 121 plus 325 minus 300. These numbers are a lot better than the last time. Remember, you show as many steps as you want. That's what I got. Very good. We just want to make sure we're all getting the same answer. So for angle S, I got 47/16. Oh, we're not done. Because this problem said solve the triangle. So that means I still need to find these guys. Alright, so now we're here. So what would you suggest maybe we do? Now we can do the law of sines if we want. Could you do the law of cosines again, just finding a different angle? Absolutely. But since we've got our pair, we'll go ahead and do the law of sines. It's up to you. You're going to show me your work. What do you want to find? C. So sine C over 15. And by the way, when you solve this, you have sine C, right? Which means you're going to second sine. Again, just about there. $89.16, is that what you got? Bless you. And did you get 4368 down here? And how did I get 4368 so fast? Yeah, I just subtracted from 180. So your test on Monday may have that problem on it, okay? Well, it may also, there's only one of these two on your test. So you may have the one that looks like this. So if your problem looks like this, what are you gonna do? So law of sines would say sine 48 over 12
Well, you will figure out that.
equals sine 58 over C. Now, Solomon said I could find that angle. I don't actually need it for this calculation, but I'm gonna need it in a minute. And it's easy to find, right? So I can find that other angle. And that's worth points, so you might as well do it, get it over with. But sine 48 over 12 equals sine 58 over C. All right, quickly, let's see if we can type that in.
13.69.
Yep, 13.69, good. What is that, C?
Yeah.
So 13.69, perfect. And then how do we find the other side? Do it again, same way, yep. So sine 74 over S equals sine 48 over 12. I got 15.52. We did it. But remember, your test will have either one like this or one like this. On this one, we did law of cosines and law of sines. On this one, we just did law of sines twice. Right? They both take the same amount of time to do. So you're gonna have one or the other on your test. All right, we have class tomorrow. Awesome. So tomorrow we'll do practice test 3. And then we have a test on Monday. You leave your stuff here, everything stays here, and we sit with our town. You sit with your town. No, you can't sit with